There's a moment that happens in millions of homes every evening. A quiet, seemingly innocent decision that feels like comfort, like reward, like the end of a long day. You reach for your phone, you turn on the television, you settle into the glow of a screen, believing you're unwinding, when in reality, you've just activated one of the most powerful aging mechanisms in your body. You don't feel it happening. There's no pain, no warning sign, no immediate consequence. But deep within you at the microscopic level, where your cells breathe, repair, and regenerate, something fundamental is being disrupted. A biological clock is being confused. A restoration process is being delayed. And with each passing night, the damage accumulates. Silently, invisibly, relentlessly. This isn't about morality or discipline. This is about biology. About the ancient rhythms that govern every cell in your body. Rhythms that were carved into your DNA over millions of years of evolution. Long before electricity existed. Long before artificial light flooded our nights. Your cells don't know what year it is. They don't understand modern life. They only understand signals. And every evening, you're sending them the wrong ones. The mistake isn't what you think it is. It's not about staying up late, though that matters. It's not even primarily about screen time, though that plays a role. The real mistake, the one that accelerates cellular aging faster than almost anything else, is the disruption of something so fundamental, so primordial, that most people never even think about it. Darkness. Not just the absence of light, but the presence of true, deep darkness during the hours when your body expects it. When darkness falls in nature, it triggers a cascade of cellular events so profound, so essential to your survival, that without it, your body begins to age at an accelerated rate. Your brain loses its ability to clear toxic proteins. Your cells fail to complete their repair cycles. Your hormones fall out of rhythm. Your immune system weakens. Your DNA accumulates damage that would otherwise be corrected. All because of light, at the wrong time. Let's understand what's actually happening. Inside your brain, there's a cluster of about 20,000 neurons called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Your master clock. This tiny region, no bigger than a grain of rice, orchestrates the timing of virtually every biological process in your body. It tells your liver when to metabolize fats. It signals your gut when to digest food. It instructs your heart when to lower its rate. It commands your immune system when to activate and when to rest. But here's what makes this clock so extraordinary. It synchronizes itself to light. Specifically, to the blue wavelengths present in natural daylight and conspicuously absent after sunset. For millions of years, this system worked flawlessly. The sun rose, your cells woke up. The sun set, your cells prepared for restoration. Day after day, year after year, this rhythm synchronized every process in your body to the rotation of the earth itself. Then, in an evolutionary blink, everything changed. We invented fire, then candles, then gas lamps, then electric lights, then LEDs, then screens. Each iteration brighter, each one richer in blue wavelengths, each one more convincing to your ancient biology that the sun simply never sets anymore. Your master clock, sophisticated as it is, cannot distinguish between natural sunlight and the glow of your television. It reads both as daytime, and when your brain believes it's still day at 10 o'clock at night, it suppresses the production of a molecule so critical to cellular repair that without it, you're essentially aging and fast forward. Melatonin. Most people think of melatonin as a sleep hormone. Something you take as a supplement when you can't fall asleep. But that's like calling the ocean, that place where people swim. Melatonin is one of the most ancient and powerful protective molecules in biology. It exists in bacteria. It exists in plants. It exists in every animal on Earth. It's been around for billions of years, long before brains, long before sleep itself. Melatonin is your primary cellular defense against oxidative stress, the molecular damage that accumulates from simply being alive, from breathing, from metabolism. From existing in a world full of radiation and toxins and inflammation. Every moment you're alive, your cells produce reactive molecules called free radicals. These molecules damage your DNA, your proteins, your cellular membranes. They're inevitable. They're the cost of being alive. But evolution gave you melatonin as a countermeasure. When darkness falls and melatonin rises, it floods into your cells, not just your brain, but every cell in your body, and acts as a molecular shield. It neutralizes free radicals. It repairs damaged DNA. It protects your mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells. It even activates other antioxidant systems, amplifying your body's ability to repair and restore itself. This happens every night, or at least, it's supposed to. But melatonin production requires darkness, true darkness, and it begins its rise approximately 2 hours after sunset, reaching peak levels in the deep hours of the night. Light, especially blue light, suppresses this process almost immediately. Even brief exposure to bright light can cut your melatonin production in half. Extended exposure can suppress it by 90% or more. Now imagine what this means over time. Night after night, your cells expecting the protective surge of melatonin that signals it's time to repair, and instead receiving the message that it's still daytime, that they should remain in active mode, that restoration should wait. Except it doesn't wait. It's canceled, postponed indefinitely, and the damage that should have been repaired tonight, it accumulates, compounds, multiplies. This is how cells age rapidly, not through dramatic injury or catastrophic disease, but through the quiet accumulation of unrepaired damage, night after night, year after year, until the burden becomes too great and systems begin to fail. The consequences extend far beyond what most people imagine. When your circadian rhythm is disrupted, when light invades the hours meant for darkness, every system in your body begins to drift out of sync. Your metabolism shifts, becoming less efficient at processing glucose, storing it instead as fat. Your inflammation levels rise, staying chronically elevated instead of dipping during the night, as they should. Your gut microbiome changes its activity patterns, affecting everything from digestion to mood to immune function. Your brain, in particular, pays a devastating price. During deep sleep, in the presence of adequate melatonin, your brain activates what scientists call the glymphatic system, waste clearance mechanism that functions like a nighttime cleaning crew. Cerebrospinal fluid floods through your brain tissue, washing away the metabolic debris that accumulates during the day. Among this debris are toxic proteins like beta amyloid and tau, the same proteins that accumulate in Alzheimer's disease. This cleaning process only happens during deep sleep, only in darkness, only when melatonin levels are high. Disrupt any part of this equation, and the waste remains. Night after night, it builds. And while Alzheimer's takes decades to manifest, the accumulation begins much earlier in your 40s. Your 50s, during those seemingly harmless evenings bathed in artificial light. The mitochondria inside your cells, those ancient bacterial ancestors that generate your energy, are equally vulnerable. They operate on circadian rhythms too, ramping up energy production during the day and shifting to repair mode at night. But this transition requires darkness and melatonin. Without it, your mitochondria remain in production mode, generating energy and oxidative stress simultaneously, never getting the respite they need to repair their own damage. Over time, these mitochondria become dysfunctional. They produce less energy and more waste. They trigger inflammation. They send distress signals that activate cellular aging pathways. This mitochondrial dysfunction is now recognized as one of the fundamental hallmarks of aging. Itself, and evening light exposure accelerates it directly. Even your DNA suffers. Throughout the day, your DNA accumulates damage from ultraviolet radiation, from metabolic byproducts, from environmental toxins, from simple copying errors during cell division. Your cells have sophisticated repair mechanisms for this damage, but these mechanisms are most active at night, coordinated by circadian rhythms and enhanced by melatonin. Suppressed melatonin and DNA repair slows dramatically. Mutations accumulate. Telomeres, the protective caps on your chromosomes, shorten faster. Your biological age accelerates away from your chronological age. The research on this is overwhelming. Studies consistently show that people exposed to artificial light at night have higher rates of cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, depression, and cognitive decline. Shift workers whose circadian rhythms are chronically disrupted faster by virtually every measurable metric. Their cells show accelerated telomere shortening. Their biomarkers indicate biological ages years beyond their actual years. But here's what makes this both tragic and hopeful. The damage is largely reversible. Your circadian system wants to synchronize. Your cells want to repair. Your body knows how to restore itself. It's been doing it for millions of years. All it needs is the right signal at the right time. Darkness after sunset isn't a luxury or an old-fashioned notion. It's a biological requirement, as essential as food or water or air. When you honor this ancient need, the benefits cascade through every system in your body. Your melatonin rises naturally and powerfully. Your sleep deepens. Your brain clears its waste efficiently. Your mitochondria shift into repair mode. Your DNA damage gets corrected. Your inflammation drops. Your metabolism optimizes. Your immune system strengthens. You begin to age more slowly. The solution isn't complicated, though it does require intentionality. After sunset, minimize your exposure to bright artificial light, especially blue-rich LED and screen light. Dim your environment. Use warm-colored lights if you need illumination. Consider blue-blocking glasses if you must use screens. Create a gradual transition from day to night, mimicking the natural dimming that your ancestors experienced for countless generations. Think of it as light hygiene, as important as sleep hygiene or dietary choices. Your evening environment should signal to your ancient biology that the day has ended, that safety has arrived, that it's time to shift from doing to restoring. This isn't about perfectional exposure won't destroy you, but chronic nightly exposure, year after year, creates a deficit that your cells simply cannot overcome. The modern world offers countless conveniences, but it also creates novel problems that our biology isn't equipped to handle. We're the first humans in history to flood our nights with artificial daylight, and we're paying a price we're only beginning to understand. But we're also the first humans with the knowledge to recognize this problem and the ability to solve it. Your cells are waiting for darkness. They're ready to repair, to restore, to defend against the inevitable damage of living. They know exactly what to do. They've been doing it for millions of years. All they need is the signal. The ancient, simple, powerful signal that the day has ended and the night has come. That signal is darkness. And the moment you provide it, the healing begins. Not tomorrow, not eventually, tonight. In the quiet hours, when the world dims and your body remembers what it was built to do. This is how you slow aging, not through exotic supplements or expensive interventions, but by honoring the fundamental rhythms that make you human, by giving your cells what they've always needed, by making the evening choice that doesn't just feel restful, but truly is, the choice to embrace the dark, and in that darkness, to find the light of restoration, the renewal of youth, the possibility of aging not as a rapid decline, but as a graceful, vibrant, cellular symphony of repair that continues, night after night, for all the years to come.